the sourdough starter. About to make some sourdough bagels for the first time. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new here. So today's video is going to be really fun. I have some cleaning motivation coming in this video, which I haven't done a whole lot of lately. Our kids are just getting older and they have been helping out a lot, but I do need to clean toilets today and things like that. I don't have to do their bathroom because they do that, but it's time to clean the toilets and the bathrooms. And one thing that I've been doing lately when it comes to cleaning the bathrooms is I kind of break it up so I don't have to do the entire bathroom in one day. So today is toilets. So I have to clean 3 toilets today. Might not have to do the guest bathroom though. We'll see. Might end up being 2 toilets, but I do need to do that, and I do need to vacuum in our bedroom. I need to do a load of laundry. So just some basic chores around the house. I also started making some sourdough bagels this morning, which I've never done before, but I will share the recipe with you guys right after this intro. And another exciting, fun little craft that I've been working on is this dreamcatcher. So today I'm gonna thread, or not really thread, but like work the string through and try to make it into a dreamcatcher. But I went foraging yesterday and got all of my twigs. And so I just kind of tied these together with this twine that I had left over from when I did the origami butterfly wall art. If you missed that video, it's super interesting and really easy to do, so cheap. I think the wall art ended up being like 7 feet long or something. It was really long. It was a huge origami butterfly wall art thing, and it was amazing. So definitely check that video out if you haven't. But one thing that I would love to do with my dream catcher is to find some feathers to hang. And y'all know we live on the lake, so I've been looking around to see if any geese or swans or ducks have left their feathers behind, and I think I'm just gonna have to keep a lookout and add to it as we go, as we find things. So, because I want this to be just like all natural stuff that I found in the yard, things that I already had. So I think it'll just end up being, it'll give that all natural feel to it, which is what I want. So anyway, this is the hoop so far, and these were very bendable, and so I just tied them up with the twine. So fingers crossed they don't dry out and start snapping, but I think it'll be okay. So especially once we get the string kind of tied through it, I think we'll be good to go. So anyway, we're gonna do a little dream catcher today. And oh, speaking of threading things through, I need to sew up one of my sweaters. I actually recently got it from ThreadUp, and it came in like this, where the seam on it just has come open a little bit. And I always have to remind myself how to sew. I've done it several times, but I don't do it enough to where I remember how to do it. So last night I was even looking up like how to thread the needle and how to tie the knot so it doesn't come out and everything. And I mean, super beginner stuff. I have to do this every time I have to sew something. But in the fall, I would love to start embroidering, and I'm thinking that would just be a fun like fall and wintertime hobby, you know, when it's cold outside, and just something to sit inside and do. And so I want to start embroidering, and so I'm thinking this is going to be a good little, you know, reminder of like how to thread the needle and how to sew things. So it's a good time to practice. But yeah, let's go ahead and get on into the bagel recipe, and I'll share that with you guys. And then, oh, I have an Instacart order coming, so I'll share that haul with you guys, and then we'll get on into the cleaning motivation. We'll do that first. So for this recipe, you're gonna need some bread flour, honey, kosher salt, and also an active sourdough starter. And then I have my bowl on my scale. You're just gonna measure out 225 grams of water, 10 grams of kosher salt, 100 grams of your sourdough starter, and 20 grams of honey, and then stir that together until it just looks milky. And then you're gonna put in 450 grams of bread flour, and then you're gonna stir that up. And because there's not a whole lot of water or liquid in this recipe, it will seem very dry, but don't worry, you're gonna put that in your stand mixer in a minute, and it looks a lot better. It forms into a dough ball after that. So don't be alarmed when you see how dry it is at first. So as you can see, I've just got my dough hook on and I'm letting it run. And for 1 minute, you'll let it run on low. And then after that minute, you'll turn it to medium speed for 8 minutes. So I'm on my second batch now, and I want to make this one cinnamon raisin bagels, and I don't exactly have a recipe for that, so I'm just winging it. I went through the first knead process of just like a minute, and before I go into the 8-minute knead process, I'm gonna put in half a cup of raisins. I'm hoping this isn't too much, but like I said, I'm just winging it. And then I'm gonna do a teaspoon of cinnamon. Okay, now I'm just gonna close it back up and do the 8-minute knead process, and hopefully it'll be okay. Okay, so this is what it looks like after the 8-minute knead process. I wish you guys could smell this. I had to bring it over to Justin. I'm like, smell this. It smells so good. So anyway, I'm just gonna dump it out now and then knead it with my hand to form it into a ball. I didn't film that last time, so I'll do it this time. Sit for 6 to 8 hours. So this is the smallest little grocery order, but you know what, guys, this was over $60, and that's a shame. But the way of the world right now, I guess. Got some peas and carrots, 4 bags of those. This is for Bailey's dog food. We ended up with the frozen kind because they didn't have any store brand cans, so I just went with the frozen kind. Also got some chicken breast in the cans. We've been doing this the past few weeks instead of doing ground turkey like we normally do for him. So he's been doing chicken, and we do 4 of these cans. And the last time we made it, we only had 1 can in our pantry, so we need to add 3 cans to what we already have. And then I just went ahead and got enough for the next time we need to make his dog food. I also got some green beans over here, got some dandruff shampoo. This is what Justin and Julie use. And so I went ahead and got 2 of those, one for our bathroom and one for Julie and Ross's bathroom. And these work just as well, they say, work just as well as Head & Shoulders, and it's like half the price. So we get this Care One brand. Also was running out of honey this morning when I was making those bagels, so I went ahead and got some more of that. Got some turmeric. I was running low on this as well, and I take that every day. Got some parsley because we're gonna make some salmon tonight. So I'm gonna make this like creamy sauce to go on the salmon, and it calls for chopped parsley, so I went ahead and got some of that already chopped. Probably could have made this a little cheaper by chopping it myself, but I know I'll use this more if it's already chopped. So went ahead and got it chopped, and then also got 2 zucchinis. And that's our little grocery order. actually gonna go ahead and start cooking. I'm really hungry, so I'll do my cleaning after I cook dinner, which y'all know we do dinner and lunch kind of at the same time. We do like one big meal in the middle of the day. Sorry, my oven's yelling at me because I pressed like the temperature, but I didn't press start, so it was like, excuse me. Anyway, I'm preheating the oven to 425, and I've got my salmon thawing out here. We got this from Butcherbox, and I've got, I think, 6 fillets. Yeah. So for the salmon, I'm making this sauce to cook it in, and then we're gonna make a sauce to go on top of it too. But we're gonna start with a tablespoon of olive oil, and then 2 tablespoons of Dijon mustard. And if you do the oil first, it's gonna come out easily. And the recipe calls for 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, but I'm just gonna squeeze a whole lemon in. It's not a big lemon, you can see this is half of it. So I'm just gonna squeeze this juice in. And then I'm gonna put in about a teaspoon of minced garlic, and then just some salt and pepper. I probably did about half a teaspoon of salt. And I like a lot of pepper, so doing a good bit of that. Then I'm just gonna mix it up, and I'm doing it with this brush. That way I can just kind of brush it on. I'm just gonna pour it over the top of the salmon, but then I'll just kind of use what's on the sides to like brush on the top. So as I mentioned, all of this salmon is from Butcherbox, and I wanted to let you guys know right now new users can get free chicken thighs, salmon, or top sirloins in every order for the next year. So definitely get on that. I will have the link down below, and I wanted to say thank you to Butcherbox for sponsoring today's video. And if you guys have never heard of Butcherbox, it is a premium meat subscription service that delivers wild-caught salmon, organic chicken, grass-fed beef, and much more directly to their customers. And what I love is that there's no antibiotics or hormones ever. That's something that's really important to me. So I love that. Also, another thing I love is that there's always free shipping. Who doesn't love that? So you can get a variety of cuts of beef, pork, chicken, and seafood. So I just love Butcherbox, and I think you guys will too. So once again, thank you to Butcherbox for sponsoring this video, and I will have the link for all of that and the information in the description box below. So I've got some water boiling over here. I'm gonna make some rice, and I also have my zucchini cooking here, but I just put 1/4 of a cup of butter in this saucepan, and I'm about to make the creamy sauce to go on top of the salmon. So I hope you guys can hear me, but in with the butter, I'm gonna put in 1½ tablespoons of minced garlic, and this is a ½ tablespoon measurement, so I'm doing 3 of those. And I'm gonna give that a whisk around and just get this butter all melted. And I also forgot to mention, I've got my heat on low while I'm doing this too. And now I'm gonna put in ½ a cup of heavy whipping cream. And then we're gonna stir this up until it thickens. Dustin's pulling the salmon out. Look how pretty that looks.
Really good.
I can see it starting to thicken up, but I'm just gonna keep it going for a few more minutes because I think it needs to be less liquidy than that. So I've got the sauce thickened up, and now I'm taking it off the heat, and we're gonna add lemon juice of 1 lemon. So now I'm gonna add my parsley in, and the recipe calls for a tablespoon, and I'm just kind of eyeballing it. I think that's good. And now I'm just going to add some salt and pepper. So then we're just going to pour it over the top of our salmon. Oh, wow. So we just finished up with dinner. It was amazing. Highly recommend that meal, especially the creamy sauce that went on top. It was like, that made it like restaurant style. It was so good. But now I need to clean up the kitchen. I've kind of already cleaned up in there, but everything is in the sink and I need to load that into the dishwasher. And then I need to clean these toilets. I just wanted to give you guys a little update on the dough that's been sitting here rising. This is our sourdough bagels, but they've been here for 6 hours and you can see they're looking really good. But since I'm a little bit busy right now and I need to go clean those toilets, I'm just gonna let them stay here. I'm just gonna let them stay for 8 hours and then I'll work with them. So in about 2 more hours, we'll shape them into bagels. So I'm about to start cleaning the bathrooms, well, the toilets, and I was gonna show you guys what I'm using. This bottle, I'm just reusing. So what is in here is water, vinegar, and essential oils. So if you see the kitchen refresher and odor eliminator, and you're like, why is she cleaning her toilets with that? It's just the bottle that I'm reusing. Dark in the kitchen. We just had a rainstorm and it looks like it's gonna rain again, but it's been 8 hours now and I wanted to show you guys our dough for our bagels because I'm about to basically make them into bagels. The first thing we're gonna do is make them into like dough balls, and then they're gonna sit for 15 minutes. So I think what I'm gonna do is just take them out and then almost like cut it like a pizza into oh yeah, it is really raining out there and the kids just went outside. Look at this. They're gonna come running up. Yep. Oh, they're having a good time out there. So as I was saying, I think I'm gonna lay it out and then cut it almost like a pizza, because each dough ball will make 6 bagels. And so I'm just gonna try to section it out as evenly as I can. And I even have my scale here to help me out with making sure everything is kind of evened out. And then we form them into balls. So, and then they'll sit for 15 minutes. It is really storming out there, so I'm gonna cut this off and just show you guys what I mean. So they're all around 130 something grams, 133 to 137, I think. So what I'm gonna do is basically kind of just do like some stretch and folds, just to form it into a nice little ball. Use my hand to roll it. And we get this nice little ball. Do you want to go outside and play with them? You're gonna get all wet. Okay, hang on, I'll open the door. Oh, you smell food now. You see what mommy's doing? Yeah, making bagels. 1 minute, Betty. Last one. I know. All right, you want to go outside? You want me to just leave the door open for you? Okay, you can go out if you want. They're out there. They're outside if you want. So now I'm just gonna cover it with a tea towel and wait 15 minutes for them to rest. Having a good time? Oh look, we got a rainbow!
Oh, so pretty!
Wow, we always get rainbows right there in that same spot, and these are some of the brightest rainbows I've ever seen. So pretty.
Oh, and it feels like it's landing right there.
I know, it feels like it looks, I mean, it looks like it's landing right in the lake. I feel like it's getting brighter too, like the longer we stand out here.
I want to like get in the kayak and then just like go out there.
All right, so they've been sitting here for 15 minutes. Now we're gonna form them into bagels. And how I'm gonna do that is basically just push my thumb through, and you can see it's already kind of looking like a donut. And then I'm just gonna kind of break through that and keep running my fingers around like this. And you want the hole to be a little bit bigger than what a normal bagel would be, because when you boil it, it's gonna expand. And so the hole will become smaller whenever you boil it. So we're just getting that hole a little bit bigger than a normal bagel would be. So something like that. And I've also got my 2 pans over here with bread flour on them. And I'm just gonna lay these out here. Julie's gonna help me out forming the rest of them. So basically you just poke a hole like this. You can leave it laying down and that might help. Try to center it as best as you can.
All the way through?
All the way through, yeah. Got it?
Yeah.
And then you can like take 2 fingers like this. Yeah. Try not to make any part too thin. Like you want to have it all evened out, which is easier said than done, I will say. Yours is looking really good.
It looks like a normal bagel, but I know you're supposed to expand it, not like to abnormal size.
That's right.
Oh Lord, I think one side's too thick.
I know. I see that like over here I have a very thin area, and I'm like, okay, how do I get more dough over here? Look at this.
It looks like a heart.
It does look like a heart.
It's a heart bagel.
Let me see yours. All right,
That's
that's a good one. I think that one's done. Go put it like that side up.
Yeah, smooth side up.
Yeah. I'm gonna separate mine and try to get this evened out again. Sorry, am I in your way? I'm in your way.
It's hard to get these holes through.
All right, I've got mine evened out a little better. Julie, let's make this pan the regular, like the plain bagels,
got it.
and this pan the raisin bagels.
You're right.
I feel like the faster you do it, the easier it is. For me,
I feel like Ross would want to do this.
You can go see if he wants to do some.
Yeah. Is that bad? No, is that good size?
That looks perfect.
You're right.
Oh, you okay?
Yep. Oh, I wish Dad was here. I think he'd love this.
He's gonna love eating these, that's for
He's
sure.
gonna love eating these, yeah.
Alright, now put your 2 fingers in like this.
Go like this.
One on each side.
And then start doing whatever it's called. Really.
And roll it.
It's kind of like the dance move. What you're doing with your fingers. Yep, just like that. The last one. Oh. Yeah. Here, do you want to do it?
Sorry, there was only 12. So it didn't make a whole lot. Last one. Alright, we're going to cover them up and see them again in 3 hours.
Whoa, wait.
What if 3 hours? What if we got a knife and like cut?
Oh, put some styles on.
I don't know if it would stay put that way because we're going to boil them and then bake them, and I don't think it would show any of that. So it's been 3 hours, and technically you could go ahead and boil and bake the bagels now, but the video that I'm going off of says that they're so much better and easier to handle if you let them ferment overnight in the refrigerator. And so that's what I'm gonna do. I also came through and just kind of widened the holes because as they've been sitting here fermenting for the last 3 hours, they've puffed up. And so obviously the holes have continued to get smaller. So I just kind of made the holes bigger again. So we're gonna let them ferment all night in the refrigerator and we'll be back in the morning. Okay, these are done, but don't make the same mistake I did. Let them dry a little more before you put them on the pan. I was just impatient and wanted to go ahead and bake them, but now we've kind of created a paste between the flour that was on the pan and the water, and they're kind of hard to get off. I mean, we're making do. Also,
and the bottom doesn't look burnt. The bottom looks fine.
Oh yeah.
But it's just that the paste kind of made it stick.
Well, that was one that got
ripped
stuck.
off.
Yeah.
Like it
Ooh,
looks
they're
good,
hot.
but
Also, the egg wash is what's making it look really brown. So, because you can see like the actual color kind of on the inside. Get it,
and our
buddy.
spatula. I think I tore the corner of this one. Just a little corner tear off.
But you know what? If I didn't share this stuff, you would never know. You'd look at these bagels and you'd be like, wow. But if anybody else does this, I don't want them thinking like, how did she do it without it sticking? Just let it, you know, dry off a little bit more before you put the bagels on. We just cut one open. Look how beautiful that is. It's like super fluffy on the inside. And because it's sourdough, it has like that crunchy texture on the outside. But these are gonna be good, I think. We're going ahead and cutting a few pieces off, like small pieces like this, because we just can't wait. We're so impatient. And I've had some butter getting to room temperature all morning, so we can put that on. I think next time we make this, we won't be as impatient, but you know, the first time you make something, you're like, I gotta know if it turned out, especially like if it's a sourdough project, that takes so long. It's like, you know, 2 days in the making and you're just like really impatient by the end of it, so.
It's really good.
That's good. Definitely has that sourdough texture and taste.
Yeah, I was about to say, it tastes a lot like, just like the sourdough bread, really. I mean, it's like just, it's like sourdough bread donut.
So these are coming up a little bit easier because I had these in the oven. And so these did sit a little bit longer and kind of dry a little bit longer. But I also took these out at 17 minutes instead of 20 minutes. Just, you know, trying to get the timing right and
Definitely came up
experimenting. But yeah, those came up easier. Good. Can't wait to try these. You can hear like it's got that sourdough outer layer to it, but then, like I said, on the inside it's just like fluffy. I haven't been keeping you guys updated. We pulled the raisin ones out, the cinnamon raisin ones, and clearly they are the favorite because we're down 2 of those already and we're down 1 of the plain ones. So these are really good. They're my favorite too. Since you guys have made it this far, I figured let's just keep this video going because I still haven't sewn my sweatshirt and I still haven't made my dream catcher. I've got it sitting right there, but I just made myself some tea in my new mug, and I did the black tea with L-theanine, which I love because it gives you energy, and then also the L-theanine kind of like gives that calming effect too. So I need to make my bed. I also am wearing my new vest. Let me take you guys over to the mirror. If you watched the last video, then you saw me pick this up at TJ Maxx the other day. It was only like $16, and it's the same outfit that I was wearing in that video, but instead of the button-up peach colored top that I was wearing, I switched it out for this crocheted top. It's like one of my new favorites. I texted Justin and I was like, you didn't know you were gonna marry a grandma. I got my hair in a bun and I'm wearing my crocheted vest, making bagels and dream catchers and stuff. sweatshirt, and over here on this sleeve you can see the seam has kind of just come open. So I'm gonna try to sew this up. You know, it's not the prettiest or most professional. That's a jet ski. But I think it's gonna do the job. This is where I started. Then I think I got better towards the end. So definitely practice makes perfect. And if you don't do this all the time, then your stitch might look a little bit like mine. But let's turn it the way that it's supposed to go. But I was going to show you guys this fabric on the inside. It is like fleece, so it's super soft. So I'm going to love this sweater. I already know, but let's see how it looks from the other side. Perfect. I think this is the area. It's hard to tell. Oh yeah, this is the area because I can see a little bit of black thread there. But that'll work. So now I'm gonna work on my dream catcher. So I've tied my string right here. And then I think I'm just supposed to loop it. Or no, I'm supposed to, let's see. I think I'm supposed to loop it through here. Oh my. Okay, I think I got it. Okay, and then do another. Kind of just do it like a web. Oh wait. Is that right? But I feel like you can't see that one because it's just right here. Let's see. Uh-oh. Maybe if I loop it over here, you'll be able to see it better. Okay. I think I loop it through the hole. Oh yeah, that's better. Okay. Let's see. Next place. Here. So I've got one round done. Now I think I'm just supposed to loop it through what I've done. No, that can't be right. So I'm re-looping because I want mine to be smaller. Like I kind of had it like a big rectangle, I guess, but I wanted my things to be smaller, I guess. It's kind of hard to explain. I'm just going to loop it, and I can definitely see where this would be easier if your circle was perfect, because you can see I'm gonna pull this like here, and it kind of is right along the circle. But if your circle was perfect, it might not be that way. So I always have to remind myself every time how to do it. I feel like every time I turn the camera on, I can't remember how to do it. Okay. Just gonna loop it here. Learning how to do new things while also filming yourself trying to show people how to do it themselves is challenging. So give this video a like for sure. Okay. I've got 1, 2, 3. Hopefully I'm doing it right. Okay. Now we're gonna go to 4. I'm gonna loop it here. Oops. Okay. I'm just gonna keep going and hope that I'm doing it right. And if I have to take it all out, then that's just what I have to do. But I have to keep going because it's hard to tell if you're doing it right in the beginning. Because see, that looks right, and it didn't just a few seconds ago. Looks like I've got the first layer down. Now, to keep going, I think I'm supposed to just loop. Oh, this will be hard. I think I'm gonna have to just, because I don't think I can get my whole spool through this. So I think I'm gonna have to try to just get a lot of string and cut it, because you don't want like a bunch of knots in your dream catcher. So I'm just gonna like gather all of this and hope I've pulled enough. I'm also very afraid it's gonna start tangling. Okay, we're gonna try our best. Okay. I think, wait, maybe I need to loop it in a further spot because you're not gonna see it there. Okay. No, let's just trust the process. So I'm really just looping it wherever I want to because it really just gets confusing. Once you've done so many of them, so you can just kind of loop it wherever. But I think I'm about ready to tie it off. I just finished up with my dream catcher. It has no rhyme or reason. I think it's kind of cute though. And I will say it was kind of hard to do. Harder than I thought it was gonna be. It became a lot easier when I stopped caring, like everything in life. But when I was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna loop it where I wanna loop it, and I don't have to have a pattern. It doesn't have to have a rhyme or reason. I can just do this for the fun of it, and it became a lot easier when I did that, which totally reminded me of like my phrase for this year, everything is play. And it definitely just reminded me of that. And it was reminding me, because this is not gonna be my only dream catcher, because I'm like, I would love to do one. I'd love to get a little better at it. And also with the sewing as well. But I was just thinking about, you know, making my sourdough loaves and how far I've come there. Because like my first sourdough bread loaves, they were dense, they didn't rise. Like it was, even my sourdough starter, I almost killed it because I put bleached flour in my sourdough starter. Even though I had read everything telling me not to, when it came time to feed it, I just fed it with the flour that I had, and then I almost killed it. So learning new things, there's always a learning curve. And you always have to like, you know, you're not gonna get it right on the first time. Like the bagels today, you know, like that went really, really well. But they did stick to the pan. But now I know better for the next time. And it just takes practice with everything that you do. You're not gonna get it right the first time. But with that being said, that ain't bad. That's kind of cute. But I can't wait to get some strings to like hang some feathers and some beads or crystals or something like that. I think that would look really cute. But I have heard that you're supposed to actually hang dream catchers in windows, so I'm looking around trying to figure out where I'm gonna hang this. But anyway, just a reminder to you guys, first time you do something, it might be a little hard, might be a little challenging, you might get a little frustrated. I definitely did trying to do this dream catcher, but now that I've done one, I definitely want to try it out again and do another one, and I don't doubt that I'll just get better as I go, just like with everything. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I will see you guys in the next one.